guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build. So today I am sharing something a little bit different, and it's a modern house, which I'm so excited to share with you guys because I don't think I have ever really built a modern house before. I've done homes with modern influences like furniture and windows and those kinds of things, and a couple mid-century modern homes, but like a truly contemporary, clean-lined, boxy modern house I have not done so far. I've tried so many times though. I have just been really unsuccessful, or I've just really given up on them because it's not a style that comes that easily to me. So it's just been a bit difficult, and even with this one I had my moments where I'm like, should I just start over? But I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I stuck through with it because I really do like it. I think it fits in really nicely with my idea for this part of Oasis Springs because we are in the neighborhood right across the street from the land grabs, and I want this part of Oasis Springs for my save file to be just like modern desert mansions or villa in this case. Now I'm not exactly sure what makes a house a villa, but I didn't think it classified to be a mansion because it only has one bedroom, or at least that's the way I decorated it. So I figured for it to be a mansion it needed like at least 3 bedrooms. I don't know if that really makes sense, but that was my thinking behind it. And yeah, so there are 2 bedrooms downstairs, or 2 rooms that you could turn into bedrooms if you would like to, but I turned them into a home office and home gym. So I just imagined that a single really successful sim lives here, and I created him a couple days ago, so I kind of just imagined him to be like a successful bachelor kind of guy who likes to party, but I could not think what his career should be. So if you guys have any suggestions or ideas, definitely leave them in the comments because that's something that I'm a little bit stumped on. But maybe as you guys see the house being decorated, you guys will get some ideas. But I don't know, I couldn't think of anything, so I'm not exactly sure, but I did create him. Like I said, I gave him, I forget his I forget his traits, so I don't even know why I'm trying to tell you. I know he's an athletic sim because I gave him a gym. I think maybe friend of the world, maybe party animal, I can't remember. You guys will see him when I introduce my save file, and it's coming along so nicely. I get comments all the time like, when is it going to be released? How far along are you? I mean, I still have a lot to do. Every world has a little bit added to it so far, and I've created a bunch of sims. A lot of the sims I have already created in the past because I also get a lot of questions if I'm going to be sharing my makeovers of the townies or if I'm going to be sharing any sims that I'm creating for this, and I'm not going to, and that's basically just because a lot of the sims that I am using are sims that I've created in the past as just random townies, or sims that I've played with, or when I'm just like downloading custom content and I create a new sim. Because I create sims all the time. I know you guys probably can't tell from my channel because I don't really share that many, but the ones for the save file I'm gonna not share just because they're not gonna have any custom content on them, and like I said, a lot of them I've already created before. So I can't recreate them. I mean, I could try, but it probably wouldn't be the same, so I'm not even going to bother with it. But I would like to share more creative sims on my channel since I do really enjoy creating sims, but all of the ones that I do share on the channel include custom content. But like I said, since it's for my save file, I'm not going to be having any custom content on them. That way everybody can download it easily, and all the sims should look just as they should in your game as I do in mine. So that's my reasoning behind it. But anyways, as you guys can see, the house is coming together. I really like what I did with the front fence, how I mixed it with the like really I guess Spanish looking fence. It looks like it's sort of like stucco material, and then I mixed it with this stone one. I thought that looked really, really pretty. And then I lined the side of the house with those really tall trees. They're the same ones that are along the road in this neighborhood, so I thought that looked really nice. And then other than that, I used a lot of desert plants because obviously since we're in Oasis Springs, there's not going to be a whole lot of like foliage. It's mostly just going to be cactus and other sort of desert plants anyways. I thought about adding more greenery here in the front of the fence, but I figured I would not do that, and I just added grass. And you'll also see in the backyard I added sprinklers around because there needs to be some way for all this grass to grow, because I imagine most of the year Oasis Springs is in a drought. So that's what I was thinking. And I used a lot of like those trees that came in Jungle Adventure. They're so cute. I thought they looked so nice in this house, so you'll see me add those a lot in the backyard. But it is something that I cut out a lot in this video, was the landscaping, because it took me a long time, but it was really repetitive. So you'll notice here in the backyard that we do jump forward a little bit, but you'll see everything in the screenshots. And another thing that I did cut out was the floor plan, which I am sorry, I've been trying to include the floor plans a lot more in my speed builds, but it's just something that I'm just not that good at. So sometimes it looks a little bit annoying to watch, at least in my opinion. So it's just something that I cut out when videos are going to be too long, or really, if basically what it is my camera flies around all over the place and it looks ridiculous, and so I just don't think it's that enjoyable to watch. Every once in a while I do a pretty good job though, so I try to include that when I can. But anyways, so we're on to the back of the house now, and I really struggled with how to make the back of the house match the front of the house without being like identical, because I was looking on Pinterest for inspiration for, you know, modern homes, because I could never come up with all this on my own because I'm so bad at modern houses. But I saw this really pretty desert house that had these like beam structures, as you can see, I created with half walls and walls and made them darker than the rest of the house. And I thought those looked really pretty. And so I was trying to figure out what I could do for the back of the house, since the picture didn't have any images of the back of the house, and I didn't find any that were similar. So it was just kind of a process, but I do really like it. I think it looks really pretty. There's different little balconies, and I did this really long pool that stretch out from the beams that I think look really pretty. And yeah, I think it turns out pretty nice. I think it's pretty simple though, I'm gonna say. It's not like as detailed as like my traditional homes go. Mostly with the landscaping, you'll notice it's like mostly grass, but I think it looks really pretty. But you guys will have to let me know what you guys think. Oh, and something I've been meaning to ask you guys in this video, so now that I'm thinking about it, I should bring it up. What do you guys think I should do with the Land Grabs house? Because the Land Grabs home is right across the street from this one. So this house will be in my save file, like I mentioned, and of course the Land Grabs will be there as well. But what should I do about their house? So my EA renovations have been for my save file as well. So I'm trying to decide, should I include their Land Grabs home as part of my EA renovations, or should I completely bulldoze their house and build them a new one? Because I don't really like their house, so I think either way it's going to end up looking completely different than their original home. But if you guys really want to see me attempt to renovate it, I can definitely give it a shot. But I think it might be a little bit better if I just start over. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, because I'm just kind of not sure what I should do. But as you can see, I added the pool, and you probably noticed that I was trying to put the pool right under the beams, but it wouldn't let me do that, which I thought was kind of annoying, but I think it's okay. But I'm adding a skylight, which I thought looked really nice. I was going to add all three of these, but when I went to go do the floor plan, it didn't quite work with the walls, because I didn't want any walls being in like the center of those, but I think they look really cool, and it creates a lot of really nice lighting. I also ended up putting a skylight above the master bedroom, which you won't see me add, I don't believe, but you'll see it in the screenshots, because in every video I include like aerial photos of my houses, and I start with the roof completely up and then I go down each level, so you'll see the skylight there in that part. But the back of the house has pretty much come together. I just fence in the entire backyard and add a lot of grass, and then I continue this deck all the way around the pool, but I do it like on a different level, so I continue the foundation all the way around this L shape, and then I go down to a lower level, and that's where I add the barbecue area and a dining table, and I do a couple lounge chairs on the left side of the pool, and then a flower bed right here, which I guess I probably shouldn't call a flower bed, maybe a cactus bed would be more appropriate, because I just add a lot of cactus in here. A couple more of those trees from Jungle Adventure, which I adore. I think they look so cute in Oasis Springs, because a lot of the plants that came in Jungle Adventure don't quite fit in Oasis Springs in my opinion, because they look a little bit plasticky when you don't use them in Selva Dorada, because when you have them in Selva Dorada, it looks like they belong and it blends into the jungle, but in Oasis Springs I feel like they look plasticky and fake and not really like a real plant texture, but oh well. I like those trees anyhow, and then I add a couple of palm trees over in this cactus bed, and then I just add more cactus, but I do continue the flower beds around the entire back of the yard, and so that's what I don't include, because you guys don't need to see me place them over and over again. But this I thought was really cool. I take these, I guess they're part of ruins, I'm not sure, I think they came with Get Together, I can't quite see on the screen right there, but I think that's what they came with, and I used them to line the pathway, which I thought looked really nice, because I used to line a lot of my pathways with that really low-lying fence, but I learned in, I forget which build it was, but I learned it a while ago that dogs actually have trouble crossing some of those fences, so that's why I don't use them anymore. Maybe they changed it, maybe they updated it to where dogs can walk over those really short fences, but oh well, I don't use them anymore. But now I'm just adding some lounge chairs, and as you guys can see, I continued the landscaping all the way around the back of the house, which I think looks really pretty. Then I add a couple of sprinklers around, and I really like the way it turned out. I'm adding a couple of vases to the flower beds just to add a few extra details, and then right here I put an umbrella over top of a couple lounge chairs, and then I do a table in between of them with, I think, the lemonade pitcher, which I just really like that item and like to include it whenever I do backyards like this. And your Sims can use those lounge chairs, but they won't like actually go to the back of the chair, but they will, or they can lay on the ottoman part. So that's kind of cool. But over here is going to be the barbecue area, which I really like. I include a bar, and these stools the Sims can sit on. I didn't have any issues when I was playtesting the house. I was kind of worried about that, if the Sims would be able to get to them. But yeah, she didn't have any trouble getting to her seat. So that's really nice. And then a dining area right here. I tried to keep it pretty simple. I didn't want to overly clutter it up with a bunch of different items. Since this is a modern house, I feel like clean is better. So I just add a couple of decorations here on the counters. And then other than that, I just do a couple plants around. Just a few potted plants here, and then I do some over on the other side of the diving board, just on this corner spot right here, just to give a little bit of decoration. And then I do plants on the front porch and this back porch area right here by the door. I actually end up moving these plants to the front, and then I use a couple different ones back here. The ones that came with Jungle Adventure, which I really do like. You'll see me pull it out here in a second. This one is the one I end up putting in the back. And I really like this item. I just don't use it that much because it doesn't fit into every exterior. And when you use it in the interior, it gets such a harsh shadow, and I really hope they update that, because unless there's like sun shining through the window directly on it, it has like no light at all. It's like in the shadows for some reason, so it drives me nuts. But here I am moving them to the backyard, and I think they look so nice. I think they work perfectly right here, and I think that's pretty much it for the exterior, and then we move on to the interior. I thought about adding a fountain, but I didn't really have a great spot to put it, so I decided not to. But we are on into the interior now, and I start off by decorating the dining room, which is a little bit of a weird spot to start decorating, I think, but oh well, that's what I did. But I do really like the way it turned out, and I really like this floor plan layout of this living space, because we have this fireplace on either side of this wall, and then on this side there's the dining space, and then on the other side is the living area. And then to the left of the dining table is going to be a bar, and then to the right is going to be the kitchen. It's just really open, and I think it's kind of cool. So hopefully you guys like it too. But you will notice the interior color scheme is very brown. So hopefully you guys don't mind. I mean, it's probably not going to be to everybody's taste, but it really reminds me of the desert. So that's why I did it. I think there's kind of deserty colors. So I think it's kind of cool, but you can of course switch it up if the brown really isn't your thing. But I think it's kind of nice. And this is going to be the kitchen, and I felt like these cabinets with the rich brown color with the black countertops worked perfectly. And then I went with all black appliances, and I kept it pretty clean and tidy. I mean, I add some clutter because I do really like my kitchens to be lived in, but like I was saying for the backyard, I just don't think modern homes should be as cluttered as traditional homes. And I'm not really sure exactly why that is, but that's what I was going for with the decorations. So I just add a couple like appliances. I think I add a coffee pot. Maybe I keep the coffee pot. I can't remember, but we got the microwave, and then I do a couple of decorations over in the corner. But that's pretty much it. I was just trying to keep it pretty clean and simple, and I really like it. Oh, and a couple of these fruit bowls. I think those little fruit decorations are so nice. And then a tray to dry your dishes, of course. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'm having a little bit trouble remembering everything that I did, because I did build this a few days ago, and I meant to have this speed build up yesterday, which was the 1st of October. And yeah, happy October, by the way, which is very exciting. I'm so happy October's here. But yeah, I had a little bit of a busy weekend and a busy day, so it's taking me a while to get to the voiceover. And I actually tried to record this a couple different times and just been struggling. I think because I had so much of like a lapse in voiceovers with my move, it's just so hard. It's such a like a depreciable skill. Like, it just goes away so quickly, voiceovers do. If you guys aren't familiar with doing them, they're a struggle. So bear with me if I'm a little bit all over the place, because I kind of feel like I am. And since I tried to do this voiceover a couple different times, I'm worried that I'm going to repeat myself, because that also happens if you have to like re-say stuff. You're like, did I already say that, or did I say it in this one, or did I say it in the last one? It can be quite confusing. But anyways, I'm just rambling now. But we have done the bar area, and I kept this area pretty simple. I just hung up a couple of shelves with those bottles. It's nice and lit up. And then other than that, I just put a couple of plants in the corner. Those really cool like plant displays that I put on the left side with like a couple stones and like a mirror backsplash behind them, those look really cool. So a couple of those over there, and then a mirror on this wall. And I didn't put any clutter items on the table behind the bar, which is kind of unlike me, but I thought it just looked really clean and really simple. So that's what I was going for, trying to do something a little bit different. But here is going to be the living area. So now we're on the other side of this fireplace, which I thought was kind of a cool feature. And then I went with these base game couches because they look kind of modern-ish. They're a little bit traditional, but I felt like they suited this build and they were the right color, so that was kind of more important. And then I just do like a couple of plants and a couple lamps, I think. Yeah, pretty matchy-matchy, kind of a kind of a show home look in this build, but oh well, I think it looks really nice. And then a couple more pictures over here. I imagine that this sim has like a nanny that comes and does all of his cleaning for him, and he just lives here and yeah, lives and works and doesn't ever clean anything. I imagine, yeah, somebody does it for him, definitely. And then this is going to be a little landing area at the bottom of the staircase. I do put a mirror underneath the staircase since there wasn't a great spot to do like all of my traditional front door items. I just put a little chair over here, and then we got the umbrella rack. I decided not to do like the clothing rack because I feel like that item's a little bit too traditional for this one. And we have a couple other like shelves with coats on them that came with seasons and laundry day, I think, but they're still a little bit too traditional, so I decided not to. And then here I just hang up a couple of these cool like space paintings. Thought those looked really nice, and they came in nice brown frames. So this is going to be the downstairs bathroom, well, one of them. It's like a half bathroom. It's closest to the entryway and the exitway to the house. There's another one downstairs in between the gym and the office. This one you could probably turn into a laundry room if you decided to, but I decided that maybe he doesn't do his own laundry. He sends all of his clothes out to be washed for him at like the laundromat or the dry cleaners or something like that. So that's what I was thinking. I feel like his maid takes them and does them for him. So didn't give him a washer and dryer, but if you decide to play in the house, that would be a good spot to do it. And this is kind of an awkward corner, so I just put a little table here with a couple decorations, nothing too fancy, but I think it turns out pretty nice. And also if you wanted to turn this into a laundry nook, this would be a great spot to do it. I think they'd fit in here pretty well. So you got options if you want to include those. And I really like those jars right there that I used on the side table with the sticks poking out of them. If you size a couple of them down, they make a pretty nice arrangement. If you like put them at different levels, I think they look pretty cool. But that's about it for this hallway. I just add like a painting and plant in the corner. Nothing too special, but this is going to be the other downstairs bathroom. So this one's a full bathroom. So definitely if you wanted to turn the other rooms into bedrooms, this could be their bathroom that they would use. And yeah, I think it turns out pretty nice. I really liked using this wallpaper from Spa Day. I haven't used it in forever. I think it looks really cool. I mean, the blue's a little bit weird, but I think it's pretty nice. I really like it. And the flooring's also from Spa Day, so I actually used a lot of items from Spa Day and lots of items from Seasons and probably fitness stuff, I believe. I don't know. Can't really say exactly. I didn't limit myself for packs anyways, but I will definitely be doing a limited pack build here pretty soon because I do get a lot of requests to do like a base game only build. And I haven't done one in a while, so hopefully by the end of the month I will have one to share. I am going to be trying to do some pre-recording because I will be going out of town here in a couple weeks, so I'm trying to be a good YouTuber and get things prepared, so maybe that'll be one of them. So we will see. But anyways, this is going to be the home gym, which I think turns out pretty nice and is a pretty good size. I think I kept it pretty simple. A yoga mat over here with a mirror, and then we got the weight machine and then a treadmill with the TV so you can keep yourself entertained. And then we got a jersey on the wall and a couple of those accent stone walls, which are so pretty. They're like that wavy stone that came with fitness stuff. Really pretty. And then this is going to be the office, and I really do like using those bookcases and stacking them on top of each other to make them like a full wall height bookcase. I think they look really nice that way. And I had mentioned in a couple builds ago, I'm actually not sure how long ago or which build it was, but I had mentioned at one point how I wasn't sure if your Sims could use those bookcases when they're stacked on top of each other. And when I was playtesting this house, the Sim actually grabbed a book out of there and it worked no problem. So that's really good to know because I've always been kind of worried about that, but I'm never too concerned because I usually have more than one bookcase in a house. But I think that one's the only one in this house, so I was pretty happy she was able to use it. I didn't have any issues. But now we're on to the upstairs landing area, and this part of the house is like my favorite. It's so pretty with the chandelier looking down into the hallway, and it's just so nice. And then this is going to be a tiny little balcony. I just put a little seating area out here and I think a chess table if I remember correctly. So just kind of a nice little hangout area. There's another balcony just on the other side of the back of the house, and I think out there I put a massage table, so you'll see that in a little bit. But I just think it's nice and simple, and it's a nice little place to hang out. If your Sim enjoys painting, that'd be probably a great place to put an easel, or maybe even like the back of the house, because then you can look out into like the desert where you see all those beautiful like Spanish type houses. That could be really pretty. But now we're on into the master bedroom, and I really like the way this room turns out. I use a lot of stuff from Seasons, so I know I've probably overused the bedroom items from Seasons. I just love them so much. I love these side tables and this bed and the dresser that matches. They're just so pretty, and I felt like they suited this style of house really nicely. So I really like the way this room turns out, and you can see the light coming in from the skylight, which is really pretty. It creates this nice effect. And you will notice that there is a door that goes into the master bathroom, but I actually end up making it like an open floor plan into the bathroom, which might seem a little bit strange, but the toilet's in its own little area, so I feel like that's kind of fine. I mean, I've actually had a couple different houses where it's actually open from the master bathroom into the master bedroom, and then the toilet's like in its own little room. So I think that turned out pretty nicely, and I really like the view of it if you're in tab mode and you're on this side of the bed looking into the bathroom. I think it's a really pretty design, so I was really happy when I was taking the screenshots. I thought it looked really nice. Then over here I just add a bookcase with a few decorations on it, and this painting that I've been loving recently that came with fitness stuff. I've used it in a couple different swatches throughout this house and a few builds recently. I just think it's really pretty, so been loving that item. And then here's the master bathroom, and I was going to use this corner tub, but it didn't really fit that great in here. And then I put the toilet right there, and I was like, okay, we can definitely not have it that way, because if we have a sim sitting on the bed and then another sim on the toilet, they can just like stare right at them, and nobody wants that. So I decided to move the toilet into that little room like I mentioned, and now I actually forgot to decorate that room at all until I went to go take the screenshots, and I realized that there was no toilet paper, and I think the door was blocking the toilet, so I actually decorate that room off camera, and I don't think I really add anything besides like a light and a toilet roll. So you're not missing out on anything, and I don't think there's any screenshots of it because it's too small of a room to take pictures in, so decided not to do that. But yeah, that's about it for the master bedroom and bathroom. And then I just decorate this little balcony area with a massage table and a couple little decorations, and then that's it for the build. So I hope you guys did enjoy, and definitely let me know what you guys think of my modern build, because like I said, I don't think I have ever built one before, and really proud of the way this one turned out, and I hope you guys will like it too. And hopefully you guys enjoy the screenshots. But thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!
It's been you all along, but I've been too caught up to see it, baby. We can have it all if I just could get myself together. I'm not wasting another minute. If it goes up in flames, I'll take the pain. If I never try to get it, I can just forget it. I'm done playing the waiting game. I'm so done. I'm all done playing the waiting game. Baby, like the stars, I've been a million miles away, but you've been in my heart, somewhere down all this time hidden away. I'm not wasting another minute. If it goes up in flames, I'll take the pain. If I never try to get it, I can just forget it. I'm done playing the waiting game. I'm so done. I'm all done playing the waiting game. Don't wanna spend one night without your love. Don't wanna miss one fight. So listen, girl, I'm not wasting another minute. If it goes up in flames, I'll take the pain. If I never try to get it, I can just forget it.